Happy Thursday. I hope that you're having a good week so far. I don't know if you noticed, but like mornings, I'm super froggy in the morning. I think there's just so much in the air. We haven't had rain in 3 weeks. You just get all that stuff inside of you. Nursing the cough drop too. And there's nothing like cough drop and coffee to start the day off right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to ask an old question, but I'm going to put a twist on it. The old question is, what is trust to you? I mean, what does it mean to trust? What does it look like to trust? But the twist on it I'm going to ask, and I want you to think about this, is what drives your trust? And that's an odd question because we've never been asked that before, so we don't know what to do with it. But there could be a lot of things, and I'll give you a couple examples, but I want you to think about it for yourself in particular. For some people, it's certainty. They want to know for certain how things are, how the world works, what truth is. So their trust is driven by certainty. I'm going to trust in things that feel certain. In this day and age, unfortunately, and this is the one I'm going to kind of veer off with, is a lot of our trust is driven by fear. I don't necessarily like this. I don't necessarily want to trust it, but because I'm afraid of this, I'm going to put my trust in that. I think that's what's driving this political season. Is you're going to trust something. You're going to put your faith in something. There's going to be something that you look to provide security, comfort, answers, maybe certainty. And when we're in an environment where we have people that are stirring up fear, and then that they have the answer for it, then you're going to trust them. And this is how mankind, how humans fall short. 1 Samuel 8, the nation of Israel had been guided by judges and prophets up until that point. And the nation of Israel began to be fearful that they would collapse as a nation. They wouldn't be able to stand up to other nations. Their nation was changing. It wasn't like it used to be. And so they also noticed that Samuel's sons were kind of losers. And they didn't know what the next phase of their nation would look like. So they asked Samuel for a king. Like all the other countries have kings. This classic teenager move. Well, my friends are doing this. So they asked Samuel for a king, and Samuel's like, you don't need a king. This is all the things that a king will do. They'll tax you. They'll pay for their lavish lifestyle with your taxes. They'll conscript your sons for military. All the things that we know that governments do. And they said, well, we still want a king. And Samuel went to God and said, God, what do I do? Like, this system has worked. Their fear is driving where they're placing their trust. And God said this to Samuel, and it has been sitting with me the entire time. 1 Samuel 8, looking up. God tells Samuel, it is not you as a prophet they're rejecting. They're rejecting me. I want that to sit for a moment. God is telling them, when you operate out of fear, I'm afraid the world is changing. I'm afraid it's not the way it used to be. I'm afraid it's going to change in a way that's threatening, or I'm not going to like, or it's not the way of life that I grew up with or am used to. When we allow fear to drive our trust, we will remove our trust in God and place it on a person. Now, I don't know if that has any application to this day and age or not, but it seems to be the human condition, right? And that's the way that we're approaching the election. And it doesn't matter which side you're on, you're operating out of fear, and I don't want to say rejecting God. There is a rejection of the work of God. And because of this fear, we're placing our trust in a person. And the belief that if this person doesn't win, or if the other person wins, then all is lost. And I'm asking you this morning, is it really? Is it really all lost? Now listen, I am very passionate about politics. I've been kind of like a political nerd. I remember when I was in college and got to vote in my first election, we had a chart and we were watching the election results and we were logging states to see who could get to 271st. And so I get it. I get the draw of it, but in getting the draw of it, we also have to understand that we are putting our trust in something that we've created. We're putting trust in ourselves rather than God. So, as we continue through this election season, as early voting is starting, as absentee ballots are being mailed out, I want all of us to really wrestle with where are we putting our trust and what's driving that trust? Is it fear that's pushing us to put our trust in something rather than God? And what would it look like to redirect that trust? Going like, man, I want this person to win. If they don't win, God is still God. And that is what will provide an anchor for us to be steadfast in whatever happens after election day. So just know I'm wrestling with this too. I don't have all the answers, and I'm struggling also. But I do know that we have a God that's been around way before us and way before these two candidates that are running for president and all the other offices too. So I'm enjoying the cooler weather. Look forward to seeing you Sunday as we continue in our Who Will I Be series. We're going to really hit it hard this Sunday. And we hope you have a great week. Take care.